Good morning or good afternoon. This session is about the 360-degree BI or business intelligence dashboards, which pretty much means GIs on steroids or generic inquiries on steroids. My name is Joni Girardi. I'm DataSelf's founder and CEO, and I'm a big data geek. That's my license plate. You read data geek. I was a software engineer in my early career and then became a business person. And for the past 20 plus years, I've been helping companies create and foster a data-driven culture. By the way, when I showed this license plate to my teenager daughter for the first time, she read date, a geek, and I laughed. I'm also single, so I said, hey, that works too. The goal was data geek, but I see some value on using the other way around. Anyhow, today we're going to spend about 7-8 minutes talking about BI, business intelligence, and GIs on steroids. We'll spend about 12 minutes showing in practical terms how BI delivers on that vision of GIs on steroids. And then later we'll talk about how DataSelf can actually help with BI in case you decide to invest in it. So first of all, in my 20 plus years in business intelligence, I have been working with more than a dozen different ERP systems. And it's amazing to see that acuMedica, in my opinion, has the strongest reporting platform. These are the tools that they have available for people to do reporting in the data analysis, and specifically generic inquiries are amazing. You know, comparing to alternative tools, how people have to go through learning things to do the same thing, GIs are amazingly powerful. But anyhow, acuMedica as a whole has a very strong reporting set of tools. Now, as I mentioned, my main focus in 20 plus years has been helping companies create and foster a data-driven culture. And usually investing in acuMedica is part of the journey. In many of these companies, as they push the envelope, they start to hit some limitations of the built-in reporting capabilities of acuMedica. And that's not acuMedica's fault. As I mentioned, we work with over a dozen different ERP systems, competitors of acuMedica, and all of them also can go so far when it comes to reporting in data analysis. In the acuMedica world, one of the main pain points is start to tell you're hitting the limitations of the acuMedica built-in reporting capabilities is what we call GI hell. Nothing wrong with acuMedica again. You know, all the ERPs, they have their own GI hell. Some they call Excel hell, Crystal Reports hell, reporting services hell, Power BI hell, Tableau hell, doesn't matter, you know. Eventually people hit some limitations of the ERP reporting. And what does that mean? Well, in practical terms is when reporting in data analysis start to become complex and labor intensive, lots of work, that means you might be hitting those limitations. If some reports might take too long to run, and maybe when you press the run button, it takes, you know, too long, or sometimes you can only run reports once a week, once a month, because you cannot do them at any time. That's another indication you're hitting the limitations of your ERP reporting. And the other thing that, you know, management complains a lot is limited visibility, limited drill down. When they see a report, when they see a dashboard, when they see a chart, they want to slice and dice the data, and they can only do limited slice and dicing. Again, this is not specifically a acuMedica limitation, is across all ERPs, but in our universe, we call the GI hell limitations. And pretty much what I'm going to showing is that we call the BI heaven or business intelligence heaven. At the end of the day, it's significantly easier for management to do data analysis extensively. A lot of the things that without a BI is labor intensive becomes automated. So we remove labor from a lot of data analysis. You know, too many times people spend 80% of the time prepping the data and 20% of the time analyzing. We usually, with BI, we flip that. A lot of the time is for data analysis. A lot less time is for prepping the data. BI reports run fast. Automatically, anytime that you want to run, you just run it. And our goal is to run everything under 10 seconds. No matter how much data you have, no matter how big the data set is, multi-company, multi-currency, reports should run under 10 seconds. And BI usually delivers on that. And finally, from a decision maker standpoint, the ability to have what we call infinite drill down, to start from a vision in certain KPIs and being able to drill down, drill across until you find why this is happening, why something that at the top level, sounds weird. What is the underlying actions that are happening that derive that underlying or outlier KPI? So infinite drill down is also very critical for BI. Now, how can you get to BI heaven? Specifically, I'm going to show now a architecture of a BI-based reporting platform. Usually you start with your data sources, your acuMedica, your CRM, your payroll, Google Analytics, your Excel spreadsheets, your POS, e-commerce. It doesn't matter. Usually you have a lot of different digital systems that you want to do better reporting. Step one is usually to take the raw data from these digital systems and mirror it in a new database, usually called a data warehouse. So step one, just mirror the data. Step two, you apply transformations to the data. You clean the data, you create your KPIs in this location from all of these data sources. No matter where the data comes from, this data warehouse is a better platform for creating and defining your business rules for reporting. And the heavy lifting and the speed of BI is usually derived from a well-designed data warehouse platform. Once you have this step, typically you add what's called analytics tools. And usually you only use one, or maybe a two or three. Excel is the most popular. Power BI and Tableau are also very popular in this market, but it doesn't matter. If you want to use Domo, Looker, Click, usually companies will choose, again, one or a few of these analytics tools. And when you use them versus a data warehouse, it's amazing how much easier and faster and automated that you can give decision makers better visibility into their operations. And the last component of this is what we call BI templates. If you decide to build a BI platform from scratch, quite often the main problem is people. Finding the right people that know the tools, that know your systems, that stick around long enough to get the job done. And if you don't use BI templates to accelerate this process, sometimes it can take too long to get value. So BI templates is also the last component that in a BI-based reporting platform does the magic. Anyhow, long slide, let's move forward and actually see how this applies. BI applies across all verticals. These are industries that we have already worked with. But let's jump into the product per se and see in practical terms how BI actually delivers on the vision of GIs on steroids. Let me just be sure here. Yep. So right now I'm simulating a BI solution embedded in acuMedica. Right now, I am in acuMedica, and as a user, I don't even know that this is not an acuMedica report, is a BI-based report inside of acuMedica. And I'm going to start with a very simple, we call template, but it's very popular among clients that use BI in acuMedica, is what we call the slicer. The slicer is like a pivot table in steroids. Pretty much as a business person, you come over here, right now it's showing sales information, but this could be GL information, could be project information, inventory information, doesn't matter. It's just a way to interact with your data. Right now I'm looking sales by customer in 2030, which is my sample database is the current year. And then if I want to change this report, If you want to change the periods, super simple. You select the years, press apply. Now the report instantly shows sales for all the years by customer. So very simple to apply the filters and very fast. So far, no big deal here. But then if you're a decision maker, quite often you want to change the report. You want to slice and dice the report. For instance, I'm looking sales at the year level. What if I want to drill down to months, quarter, week, days, or whatever? Pretty much here, you just click this plus signal and you go to the drill down capabilities. You know, the whole infinite drill down. This is one example. And the business analyst building these reports can define directions that each person can go or they cannot go. You know, sometimes people cannot go to certain locations. But the ability to drill down is usually like a click away, and you see the data instantly still at the high level, aggregated, in this case, by period. Well, in this report, let me go back to year. I don't want to see sales by customer. I want to see sales by something else. Well, I can click the slicers at the top and start to change the report instantly. In here, I can see some options available, you know, out of the box in this example. In BI, you can add, you can customize, you can add an unlimited number of custom fields. So there's no limit of how much customization you can apply to the system. But as a business person, once this list is being customized to my business, I just pick and choose. So if I want to see sales by salesperson, I just select salesperson. And now instantly the report will change to become a sales by salesperson report. If now I want to drill down, you know, the infinite drill down, let's go and click the plus signal and go to the second column. In this example is showing already customer, so sales by salesperson by customer. I want to drill down further. You just keep on clicking down and drilling down and using the slicers to select to something else, in the tool automatically, instantly will give you the answer right there. The report showing sales measures. What if you want to change or add more? Again, use the slicer, select what you want, press apply, and the report keeps on just changing. This report, at every click that I did here, that I changed, that I drilled down, if you're only using GIs, pretty much is a new GI. And if you're a business person and you don't know how to build GI, you got to wait until you talk with the business analyst, explain what you want, and hopefully when they bring it back, and bring it back fast, will be exactly as you want. And then you ask another question, and then, you know, pretty much this is the power of the infinite drill down, is giving decision makers a tool that they can become more self-sufficient and they get answers instantly. All right, so that's the first example of a BI-based reporting. The second is the whole ChatGPT, AI, machine learning that's so popular nowadays. Things that you just write in plain English to a tool, and the tool gives you the answer. So with BI-based reporting, there's a lot of, you know, AI and machine learning capabilities being available. I'm going to show some examples here. Again, I'm going to be showing sales information, but this applies to project accounting, GL, and whatnot. So let's see sales by salesperson in 2030, which is my sample database. I wrote in plain English, like in ChatGPT. I press enter, and the tool will instantly and accurately answer my question. By salesperson is showing sales in a descending order in 2030. That's easy. If you want to see now by month, I just type in by month, just plain English, press enter, and the tool will come up with the answer. In this case, for every salesperson, give a line chart showing sales by month in 2030. Maybe I didn't like, I don't want to see a line chart. I want to see, let's say, a text table because I like the numbers by the penny. I just select text table, and there it is. If I need to export to Excel, out of any BI-based reporting, usually exporting to Excel is like a click or 2 clicks away, and you get that data into Excel in case you want to, or export to PDF or a PowerPoint. Natural language query or this AI, you know, it's not a magic wand like ChatGPT. It can answer a lot of things, amazingly powerful, but you know, you need usually a lot more than just that. And I'm going to show some other examples of BI-based reporting. The next feature here I want to show is actually a dashboard. In every tool offers dashboards. So at first, it's just another beautiful dashboard. But I'll show you in a minute what the changes are. So this dashboard here, you have the totals of revenues on a year over year, including the variances. You define the periods on this filter. You see the total this year, total last year, the variances, and then by period, by geography, by state, by customer, by products or services, and you see, this year, last year, this year, and the variance. So far, it's just a beautiful dashboard. Now, when a decision maker gets into any kind of KPI or a dashboard, quite often what they care is, are there outliers and why are they happening? And this is where the Acumatica in all ERP systems, they provide limited capabilities to drill down. And with BI, it's infinite. So in my example here, I'm looking at this dashboard and let's say, hey, look at Texas. Texas growing by 11% since last year to date, or last year over year. Wow, amazing. Pat on our backs, we're doing great in Texas. What's happening? I want to learn why we're doing so well. When I click Texas, now the whole dashboard changes to only show Texas information. Let me uncheck. So when I uncheck, I'm seeing the whole business. When I check Texas, now I'm only drilling into Texas information. Then I can see amazing 11% growth, the everything else. And then, hey, look at this. Even though in Texas we're doing really, really well, my fourth largest customer is declining almost $500,000. What the heck? What's happening with this customer? Until I drilled down to this level, I had no clue, right? Perhaps that this customer was doing bad. Well, what's happening with this customer? Now I select this customer in the tool again, drill downs, and only shows the whole dashboard around this particular customer, all the metrics. In this case, I'm seeing at the bottom what products or services are driving the decline. And maybe you want to sort to see only the decline. So right now I'm just sorting to see the decline. And perhaps I want to see for the top 3 items by top decline, what's happening. And maybe now I want to see a GI-like look and feel. I want to see the actual details. In BI, you can build a solution to let people to go in any direction as down to the detail or across as you want or not. If they cannot go to payroll, they're not going to go to payroll. But in this case, in my example, I want to see now GI-like information. And when I click show details, I get out of the big picture, the big aggregations, and now I have a GI look and feel with all of the details, the underlying data that's summed up to that particular KPI. And this ability to give decision makers the power to go in different directions is something that only ABI-based reporting can provide you with. All right, my last dashboard example, it's busy, but it's amazingly powerful. As a decision maker, it doesn't matter what your role is. As a decision maker, you're usually responsible for multiple digital systems. You have to work with, sometimes Acumatica, with an ERP CRM system. Sometimes you have to go to Google Analytics, in payroll and bank information. And when you need to make an informed decisions, quite often you need to bring all of the data together to see what's happening across the whole business. A 360-degree view dashboard is the idea to bring all of your data silos together so you can make informed decisions without logging to multiple systems, exporting data to Excel and whatnot. This example on the left has what we call the leading metrics. Leading metrics look into the future, like cash flow projection, what you have on hand today, money coming in, money going out, and give you a forecast of your cash flow. Your aging, open sales orders, CRM, days of stock, you name it. You can have multiple leading metrics coming even from different systems. Like projected AR can be from a time and an attendance system, while cash flow projection can be data coming from Excel, from the bank, from Acumatica. Doesn't matter. It's just combining the data. On the right side, we have lagging metrics. In the middle, financial metrics, summarize P&L and some budgeting forecasts. I mean, pretty much lagging metrics around financials, which is usually come from acumatica. The right side would be other lagging metrics. In this case, in this example, would be a retail business, looking at e-commerce, if you have an e-commerce, POS system, loyalty program, Google Analytics. Human resources usually has to do with, again, payroll and time and attendance. But anyhow, all the data brings together to a dashboard. And then again, you have the capabilities to drill down infinite. Let's say, I want to go to my P&L and see what's happening. Right now, I just have a summary. I click on my P&L, and the dashboard automatically jumps into a more detailed view of the KPI, and now I can keep on drilling down until I find all the specific details. So almost infinite, pretty much infinite. By the way, in all of this thing that I'm showing, we're going to be sharing later a link to this dashboard in case you want to play with. And we have this watch demo YouTube buttons. So if you want an overview how this dashboard works, what is used for and how to use, just click it. All of these YouTube videos, they are 2 minutes long pretty much. So it's very short and sweet. Anyhow, here we have examples also of other dashboards, inventory projection, WIP reporting, which is very important for construction, Gantt chart. There's a lot of things that you can do with BI-based reporting. All right, let's go to the PowerPoint. I know you guys are too excited to look at my dashboard, but time to get back to my PowerPoint and move on. We have more things to cover. So what I showed you so far, pretty much you can do it with BI. If you have data geeks at home, or you decide to build, your own data geek wizardry, you can do it yourself. It's no rocket science. Now, can we help you in this journey? Well, let me talk about how DataSelf Analytics can help you get your BI journey dramatically accelerated with BI-based reporting. Our BI-based reporting, first of all, we can bring data from any data source. If you have any data you want to analyze, we have tools and processes to teach you to fish, and you can bring that data into a SQL Server data warehouse that can be hosted anywhere, in our cloud, your cloud, on premises, doesn't matter. This process is no code, low code, full code. You don't need to be a programmer. You can do a lot of data warehousing with zero coding expertise. Once the data has been properly done in the data warehouse, then you can choose different analytics tools to do the reporting. You can choose one. Excel is usually obvious, or multiple. Power BI, Tableau, and Excel are the most popular, even though we can also help with others in case you choose them. And we can even help you choose which tool is better for you. And very importantly, we have more than 8,000 reports and dashboards that plug and play to acumatica to show reporting for construction, for distribution, manufacturing, professional services, field service. There's a lot of reports that help you get your BI solution up and running in days instead of taking a long time to build from scratch. This is ETL Plus. As I mentioned, is a no-code, low-code, full code. You can get all of your acumatica DAC tables mirrored into SQL easily, quickly, and then you can easily transform the data for easier reporting. One of the main features of ETL Plus is what's called upsert. Upsert means update, modify rows, and insert new ones. That means that after we do the first refresh of your data, ongoing refresh, which can take a while to bring the data out of acumatica into the BI. After the first refresh, all the others will run super fast because the upsert only brings what has changed since the last refresh. Deployment of DataSelf is usually within a day. The pricing, we have pricing that starts very low for small companies. If you're a mid company, it goes up. If you're a large organization with lots of users, lots of data, it goes up. So we have a pricing schedule that goes from bottom to up, making things really, really easy and fast. Unfortunately, we only have 1 minute left to finish my presentation, but if you have any questions or comments, let me see if there's anything on the chat. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to go through Q&A, but if you have questions or comments, you can join our booth to ask questions. Also, by the way, let me put my last slide here. In our website, we have contact information. Our first goal is to understand where you are with your BI journey, with your data-driven culture journey, how we can help, or in which direction we should point you to be more successful. We're 35 plus people, excited data geeks here helping you be more successful. And if you want to do business with us, we're going to have fun and help you become more of a data hero. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the conference and enjoy your Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us.